Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss digestive system. As students, we had discussed in the previous lectures about digestion. That was an introductory class. Now today we will start with the buccal cavity or buccopharyngeal cavity. So basically, students, buccal cavity is like, of this part is basically the buccal cavity, and this buccal cavity it opens to exterior through a transverse. It opens to exterior through a transverse silt-like opening. Through a transverse silt-like opening which is surrounded by lips. As students, you can see lips here. I'm showing you my own lips. So these lips basically inside whatever is present is buccal cavity. So it opens like this. For example, this is a sill-like opening and it's surrounded by lips. So this is our buccal cavity. And as in buccal cavity, in our buccopharyngeal cavity, the roof, now what is present inside? First is the roof, which is like known as palate, already discussed in previous video. I hope you had watched that lecture, so you will remember that. And we have floor, which is tongue, and sides, the walls basically, they are jaws. So palate, it's the roof of the buccal cavity is known as the palate. So roof here. Now students, this palate is also divided into anterior and posterior palate. So we are going to discuss about that, anterior and posterior palate. So if we talk about the anterior palate, this palate is hard. It is made up of bones, and it has rugae on its surface, like folds. Rugae means folds. And this anterior palate, the function is engulfing of food engulfing. It helps in the engulfing of food. And similarly, the second part of this palate is posterior palate. So this posterior palate is soft, it's arched, and arched means like this, it's shaped like this. Students, if you just see your mouth, this buccal cavity in mirror, you will find at the back end it's like, it's arc shaped like this. You can say the dome shaped, like, So this is soft arced, and basically at the end you will find a conical structure which is hanging. Here a conical structure is hanging which is called as the uvula. Uvula, this is important, and you must have seen, students, while you are brushing your teeth, we are very much curious about our body, so you must you can see, if someone has not, like, seen this structure, you can just look into your mouth in the mirror and you will find this structure hanging down there. It's called as uvula in your buccal cavity. And what is the function of this uvula? It also helps in the engulfing of food. So students, what we have discussed so far, we started with the buccal cavity, buccopharyngeal cavity, and in this, the first we are talking about the palate, which is the roof of the buccal cavity. So we have anterior palate and posterior palate, and I told you the difference. It's hard, made up of bones, has rugae like folds, and posterior is soft arched, and there is a conical structure which helps in the engulfing of food, and that is called as the uvula. So I hope students this much is clear to you. If you have any doubts, you can also comment in the like chat box. You can write down your doubts in that. So we should now move to the next part. I hope it's clear. Now the next is like tongue. But before talking about tongue, we have a space between lips and the buccal cavity. There is a space between lips and the buccal cavity that is called as vestibule. This is important. It can be asked as a MCQ, multiple choice question. So what is vestibule? It is the space between lips and buccal cavity. So it is the space between lips and buccal cavity. It's known as the vestibule. Now students, talking about the tongue. Tongue is like tongue is soft organ. It's boneless, and it is like it's a musculosensory organ. Musculosensory organ. And tongue is also gustatoreceptor. It's gustatory in function because it helps in taste. It helps in detecting taste. So tongue basically, if we talk about the tongue, this is our tongue, and tongue is also divided into, there is a lower part and there is a upper part. This is known as the sulcus terminalis, and the tip of the sulcus terminalis is known as foramen cecum. Now students, see, our tongue is basically divided into lower and upper part through a structure called sulcus terminalis, and this sulcus terminalis, the tip is called foramen cecum. These terms you should remember. And below this foramen cecum is located thyroid gland. Basically what happens when we are an embryo, the cells of this foramen cecum, they form thyroid gland. So they form thyroid gland. The cells of this foramen cecum, they form thyroid gland. And I hope this is clear, students. I will repeat this again, that tongue, muscular sensory organ, it helps in speech, it helps in mixing of food, and it is gustatoreceptor as it helps in detecting taste. So it's divided into lower and upper part by sulcus terminalis, and the tip of this sulcus terminalis is called foramen cecum, and when we were an embryo, cells of this foramen cecum, they form our thyroid gland. And apart from this, tongue contains some structures which are known as papillae, which help in detecting taste basically. So now we learn about these, how many types of papillae are present. So, and what are their functions and what they do, we will discuss this. And I hope students, this is clear to you. You're paying attention as well. So the first papillae is, yes, you might have learned about the circumvallate papillae. First one. The second one is filiform papillae. The third form is fungiform papillae. And the fourth is foliate papillae. And this foliate papillae, it's not present in humans. It's not present in humans. It's present in rabbits. You should know this. ये भी कभी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, आपका एमसीक्यू बन सकता है आपके कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में. Foliate papillae, it's not present in humans, it's present in rabbit. You should know down this. Now we will learn about these papillae, what they do and where they are present on the tongue. Okay. Now let's draw the diagram of tongue again and just study this one by one. So students, first of all, our tongue. Now first one, which was circumvallate. Circumvallate are present here at the base of the tongue. Okay. So they are present at the base of the tongue and they are 8 to 12 in number. And basically they help in detecting the bitter taste. You know, taste, we have basically 4 types of taste: sweet, salty, sour and bitter. So bitter taste they help in detecting. Then we have the second one, which is our filiform. So filiform are basically present here. They are present here down, little bit down to the circumvallate papillae. And these filiform papillae, they are also numerous in number. And they are basically conical shaped, and they just give a rough structure to our tongue, basically a rough appearance, rather we can say. Structure की जगह आप use कर सकते हैं. The appropriate term is a rough appearance to our tongue. And these filiform papillae, they do not detect any taste basically. Okay. And then we have the third one is fungiform papillae. So these fungiform papillae are present here at the base, at the tip of the tongue. At the tip of the tongue they are present, and they are also 8 to 10 in number. Here I told you they are 8 to 12 in number and they contain 200 taste buds. Similar is the number here. It can vary according to the resources you are referring, book and everything. So fungiform tip of the tongue, 8 to 10 in number. And they also help in detecting taste like sweet, salty, sour, and this is basically the taste here: sweet, salty and sour. So if we say bitter is here, sweet and salty is here, and sour is on the sides. Whenever we eat something, for example, you take medicine. When you take medicine, you just feel that bitterness at the back of your tongue. So that is here basically. And sweet and salty, if you taste salt or some sweet thing, immediately you get the taste, and sour is on the sides. If you think of something like, imli or something right now, or pickle, your saliva will just start pouring on the sides of your jaws. Okay. So students, basically, no, talking about the taste, we have, just a minute, I will just pick up the duster. So we have basically four type of taste, like sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. But we have actually five tastes. There is a fifth taste also. We have sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and there is one more which is umami. Umami taste or metallic taste. So this umami or metallic taste is basically referred to as the delicious taste, metallic taste. So it is found in aged cheese, tomato, mushrooms, and meat. So basically, this umami, the fifth taste, the fifth sense of taste, it was discovered by a Japanese scientist, uh, Kyukie Ikadi, in 1908. So it was discovered by him, a Japanese scientist. So it's found in these items, the fifth taste. So students, this is all about the today's lecture. We just studied about the buccal cavity, and rest we are going to continue in the next lecture. So till then, take care, bye bye, and do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.